check this 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe 4x2 diesel. How it looks after 7 years of ownership. Let's check it out. So guys, here are the headlights of the Santa Fe. As you can see, it's projector, but it has halogen bulbs inside. Then there's a white LED strip on top for the park light. And these are the fog lights. And also the lights here, these are the lights that illuminate when you steer to the right or to the left. So when you steer to the left, this will light up for additional light when you corner at night. So as you can see, these are the 18-inch alloy rims from Santa Fe. So it's stock rims, finished in like a gunmetal finish with 235/60 R18 tires. So tires are fairly thick for a SUV. As you can see in the side mirror, this is where the signal lights are. So it's integrated into the side mirror. So the car has roof rails. So you could put additional luggage when you go to Baguio, Subic, or wherever you want to go in Batangas. Then it has a chrome strip finish with chrome handles. So you press this button to lock and you press it again to unlock. But the newer cars nowadays, this is to lock, and when you touch the handle, it's to unlock. For this one in particular, you have to press it twice. So this is the key. So it's a push start button car, so it's keyless entry. As you can see, when you go back here at the rear of the car, so this is where I always admired Hyundai cars, even before, the design of their cars. For me personally, when you compare them to the Montero of before, Fortuner, the Isuzu, I think at the time it wasn't the MUX, it was the Isuzu Altera. And I think this is one of the best designs at that time in terms of competition. Even up to now, 7 years, it still looks fresh. It just shows you how the design of Hyundai cars, Kia cars, and Korean cars in general, how they design their cars, more European in terms of design. So as you can see, that's the Santa Fe logo here. Here's are the sensors. So there are 4 sensors of the car. But in this particular car, which is a 4x2, it doesn't come with a backup camera. So just sensors. Third brake light, your antenna, your rear wipers. So now that you saw the outside of the car, let's check the interior of the car. So guys, let's check the interior of this 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. As you can see, it's push start button. So press the brake to start the car. Just press it and it starts. So you can hear that diesel rumble there. Then here to on the aircon, just twist it. So it's a knob type of switch. So this is the fan speed. Then here's are the temperature for the passenger and temperature for the driver. This is your front and rear defogger. So these are your aircon switches for the back, and this is to circulate the aircon. And this is your stock radio. So it's a traditional radio with your phone, your menu, your setup. So it has a single CD slot here. Then aircon vents here. So even the Hyundai design is even nice. It's not a traditional square or rectangular shape. There's a design to their aircon vents as well. So this is where you can put your coins or whatever, cards, or even your wallet. Then up here is where you put your shades. There's a shades holder. Your lights for your interior lights, halogen. Also has its own visor mirror. Then this car is a 6-speed automatic transmission with plus-minus mode. So it's a front-wheel drive, not a 4x4. So it's front-wheel drive car. So let's check also the steering buttons, the gauges, and the technology of this car. So guys, let's check the buttons here in the steering wheel. So here's your volume buttons to control the stereo. So you have mute, up and down to increase or decrease the volume. Then here's your track buttons here, your mode. Then here's your cruise control. And here naman is when you press this is for sport, comfort, and normal mode. So if you press this, it will pop normal, sport, to make the steering medyo mas mabigat. So more like hydraulic feel of steering siya. So there you go, sport, comfort, and normal. So the gauges are colored in white and blue light, backlight. So as you can see, here's the range, which is 80 kilometers before empty. Then this is the gauges for your park. Then this is your RPM, your speed. the temperature outside. So this is for to answer your calls and to decline your calls. At the same time, here's your menu button for the screen in the middle. So this car for 7 years is only 68,000 kilometers. So that is really, really not bad. The first owner took care of this car, maintained very well, regularly, regular oil change and all. So as you can see here, this is to adjust the light inside the interior. So here, so illuminate to decrease, so it becomes less bright. Some people don't like it too bright. Me personally, I like it really bright at night, so I can really see the gauges at night. So here's your hill descent control and your stability control. So if you switch it off, there you go, traction control disabled, but always press it back on. You need traction control. So this is hill descent control. Hill descent control is when you go down the hill, the car will brake for itself. So it will control the braking system so you don't descend too fast. So it's a safety feature which is very good on SUVs. Not all SUVs have this. So this one is active eco to save on fuel. So you're stuck on traffic, I suggest you press this button. So eco button so you could save on diesel fuel. Everybody knows diesel matipid talaga siya, pero why not, right? If you have that eco button, why not press it to save on more diesel fuel? There you go. So the buttons here are for the windows. So the side mirror adjustment here, there you go. Then to fold the side mirrors, when you park the car, you just press this and it folds. Then press again to unlock, so it goes back to its position. There's your lock and unlock button to lock the windows at the back. Then this is auto for the driver's side, and you have to press this long to release the passenger and the rear windows here. Then there's a button here, if I can come a little close, then you see here, that's for the fuel. So to release the fuel hatch there at the back. So there's no handbrake in this car, it's a foot brake. So if I press to release, there you go. Then you gotta press it again. And that's it. That's basically the interior and safety features of the Santa Fe. So guys, here I'm at the back of the Santa Fe, and see how roomy it is. It's super roomy. So this is my driving position. I'm around 5'7", and see how much room I have. You're talking about even 6'2" or even taller guys will have no problems. As you can see, my headroom, that's a lot of inches. That's a big amount of space for your head and leg room. And even if you sit in the middle, it's still roomy. So you can fit easily 3 in the second row. So here the aircon vents. For other SUVs, the aircon vents are on top of the roof. But here, Santa Fe, it's on the side, as you can see. So simple. Your power windows are here. And you look here, there's a center armrest with cup holders. So you just push them to pop out. So you can put two of your favorite soft drinks here. So, but it's finished in fabric instead of leather because, like I said, this is the 4x2 model. So as you can see, there's also a third row. And the nice thing with the second row and the third row, you could adjust to go forward or backward, and you could also adjust it and to recline. So you could recline it, see? So it's very, very comfortable. And even in the third row, which I sat earlier, and I'll demonstrate to you. I'll try to go at the back and see how roomy it is. So guys, I'm here in the third row of the Santa Fe. And like I said, I'm 5'7" and I can still fit. I have maybe 2 inches of legroom here. Of course, the headroom is a little bit sacrificed because of the design of the roof going down at the rear. But still, I can fit. In short trips, maybe from here to Makati or here to Quezon City, you won't have a problem. Pero siguro if you're gonna go to Baguio, to Subic, or to the far north, medyo it's a little bit uncomfortable in maybe 5 or more hours of traveling. But the nice thing here is you also have aircon vents. See? You can also control the fan speed, and you also have a 12 volt socket to charge your phones and your laptops. And like I said, the third row can be folded flat, so you could put more luggage at the back. Let's check how you fold the seats at the back so you can see. Okay? So guys, let's check the trunk of this 2013 Santa Fe and see how roomy it is. So there you go. So the third row is not yet folded. So as you can see, that's maybe 2 hand carry luggages here. Couple of backpacks. So it's not roomy, but when you fold the third row, there you go. It's pretty big. And there's a rug here. So here are your tools for the car. So you have your jack and other stuff here that you could put. I guess that's why people buy this car. So you could put 7 people with luggage at the same time. So guys, let's check the diesel engine of this Santa Fe. So you just click to release the latch. And there you go. So this is a CRDI 16 valve common rail direct injection engine. So it's a 4-cylinder 2.2 liter. It has around 196 horsepower and 426 Newton meters of torque. It's such a small displacement engine. So as you can see, there's a lot of room. If you're a mechanic, it would be easy to work around this car. So that's your oil filler cap there. That's your dipstick. Then there's your coolant, your washer fluid, and the batteries here, and also your brake fluid. So this is where your fuse box is as well. So there you go. I mean, it's still clean. There you go. This is where you put your coolant also, your reservoir. So nice. I mean, 2.2 diesel. Everybody knows from Hyundai, Kia, even in SsangYong products, this is a tried and tested engine. It's been with their cars forever. You're talking about 20 or more years. So it's very, very reliable, and there's a lot of parts that you can buy from the casa or outside the casa. A lot of specialty shops that cater to Hyundai and Kia cars. So you won't have a problem with it. It has a lot of power for such a small engine, and it's a good testament to their cars. This engine is why Kia and Hyundai is popular around the world, and especially here in the Philippines. A lot of people, they buy Kia and Hyundai because of their diesel engines. Hey guys, we're gonna review this 2013 Santa Fe. We're gonna do a little test drive around the village and see how it drives for a 7-year-old car. Guys, now that we're driving around the village, I notice how easy the car is to drive. It's very, very light. Steering is very light. You could compare it to compact to mid-size sedans nowadays. It's very light because it's electronic power steering. So now there's a little uneven roads, and it's composed. For a big car, it's composed. You could hear a little of the, for a 7-year-old car, of course, the suspension is not brand new. The ball joints, I guess, or the lower control arm bushing is already medyo loose now from the metal. But other than that, it's a great car. I mean, under 2,000 RPM, I'm going 60 kilometers, which is the top speed in the village. So it's very, very good. 12.5 kilometers now per liter. That's what I'm doing. So that's not bad at all for 60 kilometers. So 60 kilometers, you can do 1500 RPM in this car. That's very low. Like I said, diesel has early torque compared to gas engines. I think the peak torque of this car comes in at 2000 RPM, so that's very low. You can get 426 Newton meters of torque at 2000 RPM. That's fantastic. And like I said, this car has 194 or 196 horsepower from a 4-cylinder 2.2 diesel turbo engine from Hyundai, which is a CRDI engine. I think that's why a lot of people buy Hyundai and Kia cars, even SsangYong, which is also Korean, because they have good CRDI diesel engines. I compare them almost to a lot of the German diesel engines nowadays. In terms of refinement, they're not noisy. I mean, there is vibration. You can't get rid of that, especially for a diesel car, but it's muted. It's not noisy at all. So now we're turning left here, around near the golf course here in the village. As you can see, it's nice to drive here because the roads are wide. There's not a lot of cars, so it's a perfect place to test drive. If you're gonna buy a used car, SUV, car pickup or whatever, I suggest to drive it also in the village, at the same time outside the village on traffic conditions, so you can see how the car handles. Always make sure that when you buy a car, make sure that you look at the engine, the suspension, check for leaks. Normally on older cars, there are gasket leaks in the car. You have to replace the gaskets, the seals and stuff like that, so make sure that there are no leaks in the engine and also in the transmission. That's very important. And also test drive on stop and go traffic. It's still comfortable after 7 years, 2013, so 2020, this year. It's super comfortable. I mean, as long as the first owner takes care of the car, you won't really have problems. And if they have good service history, if they've been changing the oil regularly, replacing the wear and tear parts regularly, then you won't really have problems with the car. Like I said, imagine now in today's market, second-hand market in the Philippines, you could get this car for around 600,000 to 800,000 depending on the spec, the mileage and condition. And nowadays 600 to 800,000, if you buy a brand new car, you're talking about compact or subcompact cars, really small cars. And maybe 800,000 will get you the cheapest, maybe a Nissan Juke or a MG, that small SUV from MG, stuff like that. But this is a 7-seater and it has almost 200 horsepower. How can you compare? I mean, you save a lot of money and you could get a real decent family car that really looks good. If you look at the exterior, it looks really good up to now. It just shows how the company Hyundai has gone from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, nobody really cared about Hyundai and Kia. But now, Hyundai is up there with the Japanese cars and even the German cars in terms of design, in terms of quality. You gotta give it to them. It's really something to be admired. So guys, this is the review of the 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe 4x2. I hope you liked the review. Please like and subscribe for more used and new car reviews. Thank you.